Have you ever stared at a name on a credit card statement and felt the world tilt on its axis? It wasn't a charge for a hotel or a piece of jewelry. It was a recurring monthly payment to a place called Little Sprouts Academy, a preschool 3 miles from our Chicago brownstone on North Dearborn Street. We didn't have a child. The charge was for Theodore, a name I'd never heard. My wife, Amelia, was asleep upstairs, her breathing even, her face a mask of perfect innocence. The blue light of my phone cast long shadows across the silent kitchen at 2:17 a.m. I'd found the statement by accident, looking for a receipt for a work expense. But this felt like a key turning in a lock I never knew existed, opening a door into a dark, cold room. And I knew with a certainty that froze the blood in my veins that my life was already over. I just had to watch it burn. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from, what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. For 10 years, Amelia was my everything. We built a life, a successful architecture firm together. She was the brilliant, charming face of the company. I was the quiet, meticulous engine in the background. The first crack appeared not as a fight, but as a silence. She started taking client dinners that ran late, her phone always angled away from me. It was classic, almost cliché. I'd ask who she was with, and she'd rattle off a list of developers and city planners, her eyes holding mine with an unnerving steadiness. She was too good at it. The lies were too smooth, too practiced. Then came the new clothes, the sudden interest in the gym, the scent of a cologne that wasn't mine clinging to her coat. I felt the slow, creeping humiliation of a man being made a fool of in his own home. The discovery wasn't a single event, it was a slow drip poison. A receipt from a restaurant in Lincoln Park. For a table for 2 on a night she was supposedly working late. A stray text message I glimpsed over her shoulder. He has no idea. Don't worry. Her reassuring someone else about my ignorance. She became a stranger, her warmth replaced by a brittle, defensive coldness. "Why are you so insecure lately, James?" she'd ask, her voice dripping with manufactured concern, turning my valid suspicions into a weakness. She was gaslighting me, making me question my own sanity. Her and her lover, whoever he was, felt untouchable, wrapped in the arrogance of their secret. One night I broke. I confronted her, my voice shaking, holding the restaurant receipt in my hand. She laughed, a cold, dismissive sound. "It was a business dinner, James. You're being paranoid." She looked at me with such pity, such contempt, that something inside me shattered. The love was gone, replaced by a hollow, echoing void. That was the night the old me died. In his place, a different man was born, a patient, methodical man. I didn't yell or scream. I simply nodded, apologized for being over-emotional, and went to my office, and I began to build my case. I hired a private investigator, a grizzled ex-cop, who operated out of a dusty office on West Hubbard Street. I gave him the name from the preschool bill, Theodore. Within 48 hours, he had it all. The other man was Mark, a real estate developer we'd pitched a project to a year ago. He was married to... But the gut punch wasn't Mark. It was Theodore, their son, 4 years old. They had a whole other life, a whole family, tucked away in a condo just a few miles from me. Amelia would leave our bed, my bed, and go play mother and wife in another man's home. The investigator handed me a stack of photos. Amelia pushing a little boy on a swing, Mark kissing her on the forehead, the 3 of them looking like the perfect family. I spread the photos on my desk, and I didn't feel rage. I felt a chilling, absolute clarity. She hadn't just cheated, she had erased me. My revenge would not be a single act of anger. It would be a complete and total dismantling of her world, executed with the same precision I used to design buildings. First, the legal trap. Our firm, our home, our assets, they were all tied together. With my lawyer, I quietly structured a deal to sell our firm to a larger competitor. A deal Amelia had been pushing for, believing she'd walk away with half. But I found a clause in our corporate bylaws, one I'd written myself years ago. Any act of gross misconduct that brought the firm into disrepute would nullify a partner's claim. Her secret family was a ticking time bomb. Next, the social trap. Amelia was a rising star in Chicago's social and philanthropic scene. She was scheduled to receive a Woman of the Year award at a lavish gala at the Drake Hotel. I made sure the guest list included not only our biggest clients and colleagues, but also Mark's wife, a lovely woman named Clara whom I'd contacted anonymously, providing just enough information to ensure she'd be there. The night of the gala was perfect, a cold, clear Chicago evening. Amelia was radiant in a silver gown, oozing confidence. She stood at the podium holding her award, thanking everyone for believing in her. She thanked me, her rock with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. As the applause began, the large screens on either side of the stage, which had been showing a slideshow of her accomplishments, flickered. And then a new image appeared. It was the photo of her, Mark, and little Theodore in the park. A perfect family portrait. A collective gasp rippled through the ballroom. I saw Amelia's face drain of color, her smile frozen in a grotesque mask of horror. I saw Mark, at a table near the front, look as if he'd been shot. And I saw his wife, Clara, rise slowly from her chair, her face a study in utter devastation. The room was dead silent. Amelia dropped the award, and it shattered on the stage with a sound that echoed like a gunshot. It was over in an instant. A fallout was absolute. The sale of the firm went through, but her share was voided. Mark's wife filed for divorce the next day, using the public humiliation as grounds. Amelia was a pariah. Her friends vanished. Her name was mud. She lost her career, her social standing, and her secret family in one fell swoop. The last time I saw her, she was moving her things out of our home, her face pale and gaunt. All the arrogance was gone, replaced by a hollow, desperate emptiness. She tried to speak, to apologize, to explain. I didn't say a word. I just closed the door, leaving her on the street with her boxers. Sometimes late at night, I walk through the silent rooms of this big, empty house. The life we've built now, just a museum of a lie. The end.